This video is called The Brexit Betrayal and the British Revolution. Before I talk about the Brexit betrayal by the EU, UN, and the British establishment, I just want to give a couple of quick thoughts on the New Zealand Christchurch attack the other day. Being Australian, it hurt me deeply more to find out this person was Australian, but I just want to make one thing clear. Whether the people were Muslim, in a church taking prayers, and whether the shooter was white, black, Asian, purple, whatever. 49, 50 people are dead, and this is a terrible, disgusting atrocity. Okay? But I just want to point a few things out without telling you exactly what I'm thinking, because I don't want this video to get taken down under the conspiracy theory banner. But it's amazing how the cabal has been in massive trouble this week with the college admissions secret society scam, the Page testimony, the Peter Strzok testimony, both corroborating that the DOJ was corrupt and forced the FBI not to charge Hillary Clinton under the Espionage Act, thus proving every premise that the special counsel was launched under was completely and utterly corrupt. And we know the hammer's about to be dropped with the declassification and everything, proving that Obama orchestrated this whole damn thing and destroying the deep state, destroying the corrupt elements of CIA, the FBI, and the whole cabal. And it's amazing how the cabal's had its worst week in a long, long time, and we get this terrorist attack in New Zealand. Coincidence, do you think? I don't know. But it's amazing how the cabal's bases are in New Zealand and Australia, isn't it? Just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, the Brexit betrayal. We've had a huge vote, which I knew was going to happen, with Parliament voting for Theresa May to extend Article 50. Now, when Brexit passed 2 years ago, and this is a fact, this is an absolute fact. I turned around to my brother and I said, this is not over. I said, the cabal aren't going to allow this to happen. I said to my brother, step by step, how this was going to happen. That it was going to get close to Brexit. They'll vote to extend Article 50. They'll go to a second referendum. And this time, they made a mistake last time because they thought the Remain would win. Remain was like 10 points in front with the betting agencies. They thought Remain would win, so they didn't corrupt the vote. And Brexit won. There'll be a second referendum. The vote will be dirty. The vote will be corrupted. In my opinion, Remain win, but it won't be a genuine vote. What is going to happen, which don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want it to happen in this style, but a British Revolution will happen because the Brexit vote, the will of the people will be overturned. Tommy Robinson will be put in jail, and in my opinion, British Civil War will happen. And unfortunately, as a result of that, people will get seriously hurt. British people will suffer because there'll be a lot of anger and hate. Mostly, I don't blame them, but mostly directed at the British establishment. This is a perfect cabal orgy event because patriots will attack, Remainers will attack, and we'll end up with a British Civil War. Now, you may argue that maybe this needs to happen to perhaps save the British, but I can tell you that from all of our heart, British people and all patriots around the world don't want this to happen. We would prefer this to be solved in a civil manner, in a civil way, and for the British government to follow through on the will of the people. But we all know that's not going to happen. And the reason the EU, the UN, and the British establishment could not allow this to happen was because if they lose the big kingpin and Britain leaves the EU, It'll clear the way for, well, now Britain's left, then Italy will leave the EU. Then it'll clear a way for once a nationalist government gets elected in Germany for them to leave the EU. The EU will collapse, and the EU runs the UN, and then the whole corrupt cabal system will collapse, and then we'll be all out of our chains, and then we'll all be free. So they can't allow that, can they? So that's why the cabal are doing everything they possibly can to sabotage this Brexit vote, and that is why I didn't have any faith in it at all when it passed. Not only I didn't, I'm sure Amazing Polly didn't, I'm sure Jim Doherty didn't, because we know how the cabal operates. If this goes the way I think it's going to go, they extend Article 50 and then they employ a second referendum. The Brexiteers and the Patriots need to film themselves voting for Brexit, say they've voted for Brexit, put it online, show the overwhelming support for Brexit. So when the corrupt vote is announced, the people have got a genuine reason to revolt, overthrow the British establishment, and return Britain to its rightful owners in the British people. That must happen and that must occur. This is exactly why they're corruptly going to put Tommy Robinson in jail for the same charges he was cleared of months ago, because they believe if they put Tommy Robinson in jail, it's going to halt the British Revolution against the cabal. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you do what I think you're going to do, and what I know you're going to do, it's not going to help you. The British people have had enough. They're at a tipping point and they're going to revolt. I just hope the revolution doesn't get too violent. It really worries me. It really scares me. Anyway, I think the British people are wised up to what's going on, and there's no coming back from this. Good luck to the British people, but I just want you to know that we all know that Theresa May's a corrupted UN and EU puppet, and we all know what's going on, and all us nationalists and patriots around the world are with you. Thank you very much.